and checked in on him. Such a bummer, just coming back, finding his rhythm, playing well. So hopefully it's nothing too serious.
What did you like the most about this performance?
I like the start of the game. We've been talking about getting off to better starts, and we got off to a great start. The offense was pretty crisp, and guys did a good job defensively. They missed some shots early that it's kind of the nature of the modern NBA game. Shots go in, shots don't, and we were due for a night like this to make some threes, and we haven't shot it well recently. So really good start, and that set the tone for the whole night.
Haven't had a wire-to-wire kind of dominant win like this in a while. Is this kind of game that develops some confidence knowing the stretch you guys are going into?
Yeah, and everybody feels good, and you get a night where nobody plays more than 25, 26 minutes. That's very helpful. Big game coming against Memphis, so we'll be well rested and in rhythm for that. And so big stretch coming.
Did you watch any of the Lakers Memphis last night?
I did not.
Given that, like you said, big stretch, but all these games are meaningful, but games where you're playing teams directly in front of you, how consequential are those at this time of year?
Yeah, I mean, if we can beat Memphis, we get the tiebreaker over them. That's huge. We're right there with the Clippers, and Lakers are only a couple ahead. We got them after, so it's quite a race going down the stretch. And we have a difficult schedule. Our last 8 games are pretty tough, so we're going to have to continue to play well. But tonight was a really good effort, and it's good momentum builder.
If Jonathan does have to miss time, we presume that would mean more minutes for Guy, like we saw.
Yeah.
Just how steady has he been these last couple months?
He's our highest plus-minus guy on the year, and obviously he doesn't play a ton, but he plays a really important role. He comes in and he gets offensive boards, and he moves the ball, and he plays with great energy. He's a difference maker, and so I feel great about playing Guy if he has to play more with JK's absence, and he'll be ready to go.
Games like this can offer opportunities for your bench. What did you see from your bench tonight that impressed you?
Just a lot of solid play, a lot of good connection. Nobody, really had a monster game. Buddy had a big second half, but it was more just the overall team effort. 42 assists, 13 turnovers. Those are great numbers, and that's just everybody coming in off the bench and playing solidly.
You've had a relationship with Coach Pop. You've been able to see his mentorship up close, and now that his future is uncertain, have you been able to speak to him or have any conversations with him?
Yeah, we've stayed in touch. I went and saw him today, and he looks great, doing great, and he's one of the most important people in my life. So hoping that everything continues to progress, and but it was wonderful to see him.
The Spurs kind of have had a challenging season without Coach Pop. How difficult do you think it is for a young team to navigate without that type of leadership?
Yeah, I mean, it's Pop has basically been, the leader of the franchise for 26, 27 years, whatever it is. And that's a huge loss. I think their coaching staff with Mitch, they're doing a great job, and they have stayed competitive. Tonight was a one-off. This was not indicative of how they've been playing. So they're hanging tough. But with the injury to Wemby and
57% from the field, 47 from 3, 79 from the line, get 42 assists on 56 made field goals, and then you'll be okay.
They scored 34 off of 21 San Antonio turnovers.
And make 22 threes. All this stuff. I mean, the Warriors did
get off to a good start, score 44 in the first quarter, hold them to 17 in the second quarter, and score 43 in the third quarter.
Can we do this every night?
They won every quarter tonight. Plus 17 in the first, plus 7 in the second, plus 14 in the third, even a plus 4 in the fourth quarter, as some of the guys who haven't played much got some burn tonight. But let's talk about Jimmy Butler, who at times is a little too unselfish. You could see it during the game, and it feels like he's trying to ramp it up for these next 8 games here. 13 points for him, but he scored 10 of his 13 in the first quarter. Just took 5 shots. Very unselfish player. Did drop 8 assists and picked up 4 steals, Fezzi.
I'm just so impressed with Jimmy Butler's defense. That's the one thing I know it's a constant every night. He comes out there, he's He's in the passing lanes. He makes second, third, fourth efforts on the defensive end. Offensively, it seems like he's more concerned with getting his teammates open, getting them involved in the offense. You know what playoff Jimmy is. You know Jimmy is going to be aggressive when the playoff comes around, but right now it's really about getting his teammates their confidence.
Yeah, most players on the offensive end, Bonte and Festus, when you catch the ball, you're thinking score. Do I have a shot? How do I get to the basket? Jimmy Butler, to me, when he catches the basketball, the first thing he thinks about is getting his teammates involved. He catches, holds, surveys the floor. I think in the back of his mind, he knows he can score anytime he wants. And we saw him be more aggressive when Steph was out. I think historically he's way more aggressive come playoff time. But just on a day-to-day basis, in the offensive flow, he likes to incorporate his teammates first and foremost, and then he becomes aggressive second.
It's like the definition of if you want to go fast, go alone, go far, go together. Jimmy Butler, even the way they talk about him in practice, that what he does is he plays one-on-one with the young guys, getting them prepared, getting them involved. That is all. I mean, he understands that this team is only going to go as far as the bench and the role players take them, and so he's getting them involved. 8 assists tonight. That was impressive.
We've talked a lot about the impact he's had, but I think what he's brought a different type of execution and a different style to their half-court offense. You know, the Warriors are so controlled chaos usually in the half court. Steph flying off screens, dribble handle. But with Jimmy, they put the ball in that mid post. All of a sudden, they become a kind of calm, organized half court offensive team, which I think has really helped them. And that's more playoff basketball, by the way.
Now they improved to 18-4 with Jimmy Butler in a lineup, 18-5 overall since he
reacting to post up in the paint. Steph Curry on the outside. All the other guys working together. They need to figure out how they work well together. Steve Kerr needs to still figure out his different lineups. JK just went out. Now you have to figure out new rotation. These are things that you can only figure out during the games, and tonight was another game where they got to get some rhythm.
Yeah, I think the challenge and the task at hand, these next 7 games, is to do exactly that, Bonte. Be consistent with your effort. We feel like those shots will be available, right? So the previous 7 games, they shot 32%. Tonight, they had a really good night from the three-point line. The next 7 games, be consistent with that. When those shots are there, take them with confidence, knock them down, because I don't think the defense is going to change drastically, even if they make these threes. To me, the opponent is going to make those players beat them as opposed to Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry.
And the Memphis team that we saw earlier this season pick up Stephen Curry 94
Jalen
feet
Wells.
with Jalen Wells. So
Old school boxing one.
Old school boxing one, little triangle two, just picking them up, face guarding them. So I expect to see that on Tuesday. But Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green, we'll pick up the Draymond Green tape right now. Really set the tone offensively for the Golden State Warriors. They combined for 19 first quarter points. Draymond Green finished with 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 2
That was
assists.
a great catch and finish there.
Yeah, look at that. 204 for the three-point line as well, Fezzi.
Draymond is just not hesitant at all. Like, you see him on the three-point line, you see him, that's a long 2. But when he gets the ball, he is looking at the rim, he's looking to score, and he's making the defense pay. When Draymond's aggressive, I mean,